Hi everybody, today I'm going to review the Chrysler Town & Country 2013. I rented this car to do some pickup at the airport, and I drove it about, I guess it was like 9 hours round trip. So I had it, I had a good time with it, and this is what I have to say about the car. The one thing I didn't really like, and I think it's such a big thing that they kind of neglected to think about, is these gauges. They're very reflective. This part is like silver reflective, so really sunlight, street lights at night, they all reflect back, and it's very, very distracting. I also found that the gray part in the middle is just very cheap, and I don't know why it really bothers me. By the way, by default, you don't get the clock on the entertainment system. You have to enable it, so that's one thing to consider. If you don't see this going on at the showroom, or when you take it for a test drive, you can enable a digital clock on the infotainment display. This clock right there is totally useless, absolutely useless. I don't know why they bother with these analog clocks. The car, I have to say, in town rides really nice. It's quiet, it takes out bumps really well. The seats are very comfortable. I drove pretty much 8 hours straight, and I'm feeling really great about it. I think these seats were designed quite well. Engine pickup is very nice. I think they did a good job with the engine transmission. It feels very peppy. It changes gears very quick. Kudos for that. Now, I really like the position of the transmission lever right here. It does not obstruct any area on the bottom. You know, overall, it's a nice car. There are a few rattles here and there, but nothing crazy. I've seen way worse in other manufacturers. Also, I'm really digging these side mirrors. I think these are the side mirrors that big cars like this should have. Good wide mirrors. The instrumental panel right there has a little info screen that you can go ahead and get some information. And go to the trip menu and go back and all that stuff. Let me change it to the fuel economy. So this was my fuel economy, going pretty much only highway. I'm going to reset this so we get the average mile per hour with my combined test that I usually do around here. So for this test, I'm going to turn off the econ mode. I will turn off the AC just to keep it on the same level. And I will basically floor it. Go. Alright, so this car did it in 9 seconds, a little over 9 seconds. I think excellent. It really feels very, very, very peppy. Now, when going on highway speeds, the bottom part of the car is very insulated. I feel that you don't get much road noise, but the outer shell they could have done a better job. I think it's not a very loud cabin, but it's not the quietest. They definitely could have made it a little better. Now let me talk about the stuff another thing that I found a big minus. The cruise control is not that great. You set it on something, and when it goes uphill, it pretty much decides to go over the speed that you set it to be the limit. Now let's talk about body roll, or there's quite the body roll, or basically the car really dips into the corners. There's not much. It's a very soft suspension, so basically when you get into turns, there's quite a bit of body roll. Also, I noticed that the steering wheel is quite disconnected from what the driver's doing, so it feels a little boatish. Almost, there's almost like a half a second delay from when you actually tilt the steering wheel and the car actually turning. Very, very disconnected. I'm not sure if they switched to fly-by-wire type of steering wheel, but it just feels very disconnected. I'm gonna just sum up the ride. I think it has a very good ride. If you're just going, you know, cruising around town, I wouldn't say it's leading class, but I would say that it's a very good ride. Good suspension. Again, when going straight, going over bumps, going into turns, and the driving dynamics could be much better. And I've driven minivans that have way better driving dynamics. I'll name the Kia Sedona, the Honda Odyssey, and also the Toyota. The Toyota had better driving dynamics. So in a few moments I'll talk about the interior, and we'll move on from there. Alright, so let's talk about Bluetooth. The Bluetooth was not the easiest to set up. It was actually, there was quite a few steps, but afterwards I got it connected. At first I was able to control my music using the keys, and the keys to control the music and the volume is not here in the front, but from the back. So there's buttons on the back of the steering wheels that control the volume and control the input, as well as skipping tracks and pausing. So at first skipping back and forth tracks worked, but then I don't know, ever since I was able to make it work one time, it just stopped and it doesn't work anymore. Same as pausing or playing. I can only do it if I use my phone GUI. Kind of upsetting because it did work, and when it worked it was okay. Now as far as lag when changing songs, let me show you what happens. So in order to get it to work, you have to turn the audio on and then change it to media, and it's right now at aux, and you can, if you go to devices, you can select which aux. Like if we had a jack connected here, you could have selected either one of them. So right now my Galaxy S4 is connected. By the way, that's another thing. You see how the time, the status here of the phone and battery is located on the bottom? I would have much preferred if it was on top. That would have been ideal, I think. Also, you can turn on and off the info area there. This gives you the meta tags. That does work. Let me show you how it works. Alright, so you're seeing I'm changing songs without actually pressing play, and you can see that the metadata is populating. So I'm going to press play right now. That was probably 6 seconds delay between when I pressed play and when the song actually started. And for stopping the song, it took about a second or two, maybe close to two, more than a second, that's for sure. Same goes when changing tracks. There's probably I'm gonna turn it on again. Again, this delay, you can count to 6.
I threw your shit into a bag and pushed it down.
And it took about 2 seconds to change tracks. Not the best. Alright, so let's talk about interior. Everything on the front dash right there is not soft touch. It looks soft touch, but it's not. So all this is pretty hard. Everything here is hard touch. Not cool, Chrysler. Not cool. And there's a good reason why you would want soft touch in the front. Not only is it nicer when touching it, but these hard plastics will creak more, like for example here, as the car gets older. So that's something to consider. There's a compartment right there for stuff, and there's another compartment right here, soft landing. The fit and finish is it's not the best. You can see there's the gap here versus the gap here. Way more gap here. Yeah, I've seen it all around the car. There's the gaps are not that consistent. Now, where do we have soft touch? We have it in the doors. Anything above the handrest, including the handrest, is soft touch. The leather seatings are very, very comfortable. I mentioned them being comfortable, and I'll say it again, very comfortable. I personally don't like leather seatings because you kind of feel sweaty in hot weather, and they don't breathe that well. But if leather seating is your thing, these are very comfortable. All right, so let's talk about the center console here. 4 cup holders, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they do have these spongy rubber that will hold a smaller cup, as well as an area here that you can put stuff, and they put some area underneath here for storage. Now this console will slide back to reveal more space, and this space also has a power outlet, and if you press this button, this will slide again. And what does it give us? It gives us cup holders for the second row seats. They also have cup holders on the side doors, so that's good. In the front we have another 2 12-volt sockets, which is great. 2 extra cup holders with some area for coins, and a little area here so you could put whatever, phone maybe. And I think this is something that I believe all car manufacturers should have from now on, and this car doesn't, by the way, but it's a place to rest your phone like this, you know, somewhere where you could plug it and rest it so it's accessible and viewable. I think that's something that I personally would like. So Chrysler, Ford, whatever, all the Japanese cars, if you're listening, please put it there. Alright, so also the car includes one of these panoramic mirrors that doubles as storage for sunglasses. The control for the doors are all here. Very nice. And the map light is right here. And I would have preferred if they put it a little back and facing forward. I noticed that at night it can get quite blinding. It does have auto dimming, a mirror, and you can turn it off and on by this, by clicking that. Controls for the windows are right here. The 2 front ones are automatic. 1 and automatic up, so it's auto both up and down, as well as the passenger. The back windows unfortunately do not go all the way down. This is as much as they go. I really wish they went more. Alright, so right now I am a 6 foot tall person and I'm sitting comfortably here. And by the way, this seat is all the way back. It's all the way back. It's very, very surprising. If I was taller, I don't know. I mean, I would have had more space, but this is ideal right now for my height. So if you're taller than me, you may feel a little cramped as not only the driver, but the passenger. I would say more of the driver because there's more stuff here. I'm surprised because there's plenty of space in the back. And let's go to the back and take a look. Alright, so as you can see, this is how much space you have for the back passenger, where the front driver's seat is all the way to the back. A lot of space. Right there. Look at all that space. So really, they could have made it so that the driver's seat could go a little backwards. And these seats are marginally okay, and the reason is because they stow away and they had to kind of sacrifice a little. That's what I believe. So let me show you the front console. There you go. I love those side mirrors. They're great. Great big side mirrors. I think it's very modern. The only thing I would change about this car is possibly the analog clock. I mean, you can't even tell the time. It's horrible. And really, when you're driving, you want at first glance, hey, bam, it's 2:06. And yes, you can get it from the infotainment system, but why put something that's just there for being there? Alright, so cup holders, small cup holders for the back seat passengers on the door, and the reason is because they slide. When you push right here, you will get the Uconnect infotainment system. I didn't play much with it, and unfortunately I won't be able to comment about it. The passengers could also control the AC from the back or put it on auto. And there's some storage on the top right here for stuff. And it is padded. So let me show you how the seat folds into the stowaway area. So I was able to fold the seat. Yeah, I had to move the chair forward. It's quite complicated, but you know, it's possible. So this is how it looks when the chair is completely folded inside. Also in the back we have 110 volts plug plus spots for 2 USB ports for the infotainment system, plus an HDMI auxiliary input, so you can connect let's say a Roku or other items, maybe a PlayStation, and a regular analog audio video input, as well as another power outlet. Very nice. Alright, in the back we have two stowaway at a 4060 configuration. So these will stow away in the back. And to get them to pop out, you just pull on them and pull this, maybe 2, yep, number 2, and pull this back. And that's one folded up, and you do the same for the other one. As you can see, there's enough space for the third person to sit in. So let me sit in the back right here. And this is where this back seat is all the way back. So really, 3 adults could easily sit in the back. This is the room that I have. It's brushing, but you know what? Not bad to being in the 3rd row. Not bad. And this is the view from the 3rd row seat. To close the lift gate, just press on this button. It will beep and then shut off. Alright, so this is how the car looks from outside. And I have to tell you, I think it's a very nice looking minivan. Good lines, good use of chrome lines, good posture, no crazy weird angles like they did with the Nissan and the Honda Odyssey. It just looks good and conservative. And I think that's what people that get minivans would like. Something it looks classy. Doesn't look there's no weird angles, or you know, it will keep it will look classy, I think, in a few years, and people will still think that it's a nice looking car. That's what I think. This is the front, and I really think that they did a good job as far as the exterior design. Classic. I also think they did a good job on the inside. Everything is nicely made. I just wish that they had more soft touch, especially for that price point. Let me now show you the engine bay. Alright, so as you can see, we have a 3.6 liter engine, and it's a nice engine. It has good power, and it moves this car pretty swiftly. I don't see any rust, so that is a good indicator, even though this seems to be a pretty new car. It only has about 4,000 miles on it. Engine oil is 520, as it seems to be now the case with all newer cars. 2 more things I wanted to mention is the backup camera. This is the backup camera. It's the camera is quite low res, so you won't see details, but you will see if somebody's passing by. So I wish it was higher res. And another thing I wanted to mention is the manual shifting control, and it's done by moving this lever left and right. Now I found that in order to get it back to automatic, you really have to kind of go all the way to the 6th gear, and then one more time we'll bring it to automatic. Another way is to move it to neutral and back. Not ideal, but you know what, it works. Alright, so let me sum it up. I think the car that starts at about 30 plus, between $30,000 and $31,000 MSRP starts at. I think it's quite expensive. They missed on some premium materials like soft touch. I think they also missed on the entertainment system. It doesn't work quite well with Bluetooth, for example. As far as driving, dynamics is not great, but it does work pretty well at softening up road bumps and just a general good feel between the engine and the transmission. Also, the fuel economy has been okay for a minivan, and quite the heavy minivan. Not bad. I mean, this has been probably 70% highway, 30% suburbia. Alright, so hopefully you found this video informative. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please put in your comments, because I got quite the feel for the car. And if you put in the comment or ask a question, I'll be able to answer, and I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. So again, please thumb up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Till next time, bye.